G'day there, welcome back to the Raeside. Great to be here. We have a great show ahead of us, talking about the wonderful creatives behind the Ahsoka show. And I can't wait to get into it all with you guys. Let's crank that music down a little bit so we can talk, so we can hear ourselves. My goodness, it's great to be back. Had a little holiday, was away for a little while, but we're back into the swing of things, enjoying live chat. Who's here? Who's waiting? I was a little late today. Who's here? We've got Lightning Yava. Zami's here. Robert Rattleshark Master Tim. Ben 10. I saw Master Sin City somewhere. There he is. Ben's here. How phenomenal. Great to see you guys. CG. He's back as well. And Ahsoka. That's, you betcha. But as the title and thumbnail show, we're going to be talking about the directors that are behind the Ahsoka show. This was announced quite a few months ago at Star Wars Celebration, England, Europe, London. But there was officially announced who was going to be taking the reins of the episodes for the Ahsoka show. And I don't know why it's taking me this long to deep dive into who these people are. Some of them we know, obviously. Some of them we don't. But I have researched these people for us today. I want to talk about them. I think in the climate as well, I think it is very key to support and show our appreciation for the incredible creatives that are behind the shows that we love to watch. And I'm sure Ahsoka is going to be one of those shows that we all love. Well, I hope it is. And then, I want to give that credit to the geniuses at work and the teams, and specifically today, the directors. So again, like I said, these were officially announced of who these people were quite a few months ago. Let's have a little reminder. Who are these people? Who are these directors? Let's talk about them. So this is a photo from, of course, Celebration. We have, of course, Dave Filoni at the helm. He also wrote the whole show. He wrote all the episodes, which you would think so. I mean, it's Ahsoka. It's his favorite character. It's a fantastic. He's been involved with Mandalorian for a while now, and since the start of it, and it makes sense that he has that live action experience now, and he gets to take on live action and his character with George. So fantastic. Obviously he's there, so he's directing more episodes. I think he's got 2 or 3 perhaps. I can't quite remember. All the numbers of episodes are pretty kind of foggy on this, but we're going to talk about the actual directors. So we've got Dave Filoni, of course. We've got Steph Green, Peter Ramsey, Jennifer Gertzinger, Geeta Patel, and Rick Famuyiwa. Some of these names we know, and I'm going to run through them for you. So we're going to break down. I'm just going to kind of let you know the highlights, the interesting points and facts about these creatives, because each of these people, as I was going through, reading about them, watching interviews, hearing them speak about their projects and things like that, I have learned so much about them, and I really want to share it with you guys, because I think a lot of you find this quite interesting. Hey Ben, how you doing? Vacation was phenomenal. Appreciate it. Yeah, time to get ready for the big show. Absolutely. So, you know what? We got to start off. Hey, JS, I see you in the chat. We got to start off with Dave Filoni. But I was like, how do I sum this man up? He is incredibly talented, of course. George Lucas's protege. Like, what kind of summary do I need to give you guys? Of course, he's a legend. And, like I said in the intro, he is so detrimental to Ahsoka's story. He was there at the inception of it. It was an integral part of her journey, her through the Clone Wars, really. And, to think that, he and George created this character years and years ago, probably more like 17 years ago. And then today he's working on the live action show for it is, phenomenal. But it has been really interesting, his journey to live action, because before The Mandalorian, he had, I want to say, little to no experience with live action production. It had all been animation and things like that. So it's been impressive, his kind of development with live action shows, wouldn't you say? I think, his involvement in Manda was very successful and is very successful. it's impressive how he's transitioned. But I think that's the creative industry. People transition, and as we'll get to, some of these creatives and some of these directors had fantastic journeys, similar to Dave's. It's amazing. Hey, Brooke, I'm doing so well. Thank you so much. Ghostwriter's in the chat. Dave truly understands Star Wars. Definitely a man of the people. Absolutely. I think that's what we can believe in. In Dave we trust, as they say. But I wasn't going to do a massive deep dive on Dave for us because I feel like a lot of Star Wars fans, and if you're a newer Star Wars fan watching, maybe I should just do a whole other show purely on Dave Filoni and what he's done. It's been impressive. But let us talk about the next director I want to talk about. Let's talk about Steph Green. Let's do it. So Steph Green is again, it's unofficial how many episodes these directors have, but let's talk a little bit about her, because I think each of these directors that are contributing to Ahsoka are so purposeful. They're so good. Steph Green is an American director. She has a fair amount of experience in TV. She's done big shows that most known for the American, and I've seen like none of these shows. I like seeing nothing but Star Wars, but maybe you know these shows, The Americans and Watchmen, which are very acclaimed shows. She's only done a few episodes on those shows, but they're well-rated shows. They're very successful. And she's got a big list of directorial contributions to I think, what is it, like 20 other shows? So she is seasoned in TV. She's very seasoned. But there's another reason that you might know this name. You might know this name from a certain show in Star Wars. She has had experience in Star Wars before. She has had experience in the Book of Boba Fett. Now, hold on. I know a lot of people may have negative things to say about the Book of Boba Fett, but I think even people that don't really love the Book of Boba Fett can agree with people that do as well, that one of the best episodes of that show is episode 2. Does that ring a bell? Episode 2. What's it called? The Tribe? I want to say it's The Tribe, but I feel like I'm getting that wrong. I should have had that written down. For episode 2, we have a fantastic story with Boba and the Tusken people and their connection and their relationship and how that develops. And I'm biased here because I've gone on Twitter and said, I think episode 2 of Book of Boba Fett is the single greatest episode of like Star Wars TV ever, of anything. Absolutely. But I really think that. I really think that. And so I'm really happy that she's involved in this show, because I think, let me know in the live chat right now. Like, let me know, did you like that episode? Like, to me, that episode of Book of Boba Fett has so much nuance and emotion and connection into it. I think it was such an incredible episode. Cad Bane episodes are the best part. Oh, that's hot take. Tribes of Tatooine. There we go. Tribes of Tatooine. Thank you, Ben 10. Did you guys like it? I thought that was one of the best episodes of Star Wars ever, out of all animation, everything. But I love that episode, so I have high hopes for her involvement in Ahsoka. Absolutely. Now, let's talk about who's next. We got Peter Ramsey, another name that you might know of. It is, of course, and this is such a random person to be involved in Star Wars, in my opinion. But then deep diving into his background and his history, this is making sense why he is involved. So Peter Ramsey, of course, you might know the name of. He is the director, or was the director for Into the Spider-Verse. So not Across the Spider-Verse, the one that just came out, but Into the Spider-Verse, which was, but still an incredibly booming, successful movie. He has had a fascinating journey to where he is. He is proficiently experienced in storyboarding. So he started off as a storyboarder, and he was just storyboarded for so many massive movie names. So the list of just a few of his titles that he was a storyboard artist for, and I'll explain why that's important in a minute, is Godzilla, Castaway, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, best Christmas movie, Mortal Kombat, Shark's Tale, such an array of genres and stories that he was either a head storyboard artist or key storyboard artist, but super involved in those movies happening. And like those are all very iconic, successful movies, and for being a good soul movie. Anyway, so he's had about 30 years experience of being a storyboard artist before he started becoming a director and a producer of things. So I think that's a really key point, because if we backtrack a little bit, think about Dave Filoni. Dave is iconically such a drawer. He's a sketcher. He likes to visualize things. We always have those. It's like a part of his like persona. It's like a part of his character that he draws out. Things he envisions for Star Wars characters and stories. And I think there's something that would be innately connecting there between Peter and Dave, like personally, that they come from such similar parts of storytelling in form of illustration storytelling. And I think that's, I think there's a similar wavelength there that would be connecting for those two people. And I'm really excited. Of course, Peter is very, very, very successful in his directorial experience. And he has actually been in Star Wars before. Yes, he didn't direct it. Storyboard artist, but he was in it. Yes. Hey, Indy Yoda, how you doing? Thatcher's here as well. Voyager, Ahsoka August without it. You betcha. The one I enjoy the most. See, there we go. See, another random episode in a show. So he directed season 3, episode. Oh, jeez, I'm rusty on my bloody facts. I forget what episode. It was the third episode, The Pirate. So that was on Navarro. It was obviously the episode. Yeah, so season 3, episode The Pirate. The pirates come in on Navarro. There's the whole action sequence. The whole bloody episode was pretty much just an action piece. But it was an impressive episode. I mean, a lot of you guys were with me along the journey of Mando season 3. This episode, there wasn't a lot of story, but it was an impressively put together episode. Very, very action filled. Very, very full on, and it was well done. And I'll give it that. And I actually didn't know that was directed by him. So, fascinating. Didn't know that. But again, I think he's just bringing such high quality chops to the show of Ahsoka. I think his knowledge of having a cohesive story and a visual story that makes sense and is important is gonna shine through in his episode that he does. Obviously, having that 3 decades of experience of being a storyboard artist and a shorter but still very successful career as a director, I think he's going to do a lot for the show. Seaweed Guy. Oh, who could forget Seaweed Guy, right? Any episode with Seaweed Guy is like the greatest. The next director we have in that list is Jennifer Gertzinger. Now, here's a name I didn't know, I'm not familiar with. But upon, I watched quite a few interviews with her of her experience, what she can do, what she has done in the past is very, very interesting. So she's done shows like Outlander, Daredevil, Westworld, Suits, How to Get Away with Murder, very successful one, Orange is the New Black, and Mad Men. She's most iconically known for doing Mad Men. Those other shows she's had directorial experiences with 1 or 2 episodes with each of those, or 1 to 3 episodes with each of those shows. But Mad Men, she did 8 episodes of, and that was quite highly rated and ranked and critically acclaimed show. Very, very successful show. So Jennifer Gertzinger, again, a name I'm not familiar with, but great list. She's got experience. We can't deny that. She's got experience, absolutely. And I watched quite a few interviews with her speaking about her projects of when she did Mad Men, when she did How to Get Away with Murder, and how she speaks about those projects was so. She has, what I learned from those conversations in those interviews is that she has such an eye for tone. She really focuses on tone and feel of a show, and with that kind of comes genre and how to relate what we see to the genre, but a lot of the tone of characters, scenes, and holistically of a show or an episode, how to display the right tone. And I really like that. Again, connecting this to the Ahsoka show, I really like someone having that angle of, it isn't just about, let's just have a cool Jedi-like character, running around on the screen. It's about creating a really relatable story, a really engaging story with many, many moving parts. And from what I've heard of her as a creative, she sounds like she knows what she's doing, and she sounds very, very into the overall feel and overall the holistically the tone of a show and an episode and characters. So it's cool. It's cool. I love it. I'm a big fan. I'm excited for her episode. I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Very, very similar to Jennifer in the sense that very big focus on tone and the character's journey is Geeta Patel. This is another name that I wasn't familiar with, but upon deep diving into her, very, very fascinating. Very, very fascinating story and journey of shows and projects she's been a part of. She's another very, very seasoned TV director. So we're getting people that have done years and years, episodes upon episodes of TV shows. And I think having that under their belt is really adding to, Ahsoka being a show that works well as a TV show. I think Star Wars as a whole, if I can just make a general comment here, I think as a whole it is struggled to find its feet as a TV series. Obviously being a film franchise for 40 years and then starting TV, it's had to find its feet a little bit. So I think, especially for Ahsoka, like we all want this to do well. I think having people that are really experienced with TV series style stories is really important. Not just having people that that just kind of want to be a part of it, but having people that want to be a part of it and have the chops of working in TV, I think is going to do really well for Ahsoka. I think it's going to do well for the show, if that makes sense. Absolutely. You're going to get the Ghost Lego set. Probably. It looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's hard to say. But Geeta Patel, she's done House of Dragons, Superstore, Atypical, Dead to Me. Again, all shows that have done very, very well. Most impressively, House of Dragon. There you go. Where are the Game of Thrones fans? There you go. I know none of these. Like, I don't watch anything that isn't Star Wars, so I haven't seen like any of these shows. So I'm waiting on you to tell me if you like those shows. But she's very into writing as well. She's very, very passionate about writing and stories and the character's journey, which is awesome. And she's had quite a lot of different genres. So she's done a bit of comedy, she's done drama, she's done, a little bit of the sci-fi, the fantasy, I should say, not sci-fi. She has quite a broad range of experience in different genres, which is really exciting to see. I think that'll bode well for the show. And like I said, she has a very big focus on the journey of the character and how, he or she experiences, has experiences and how that kind of changes them. So I think she'll have really great understanding of Ahsoka's character. Because, we all know Ahsoka's been through it, right? And the final director in this list is, again, fan favorite. Just Rick Famuyiwa. What a guy. He's a legend. He's such a legend. What do you think, Ben? Give Rick his own series. He really feels like he knows the spirit of George Lucas and the way of Star Wars needs to be pretty much on all of his episodes. Yeah, and, again, I think Rick Famuyiwa is becoming the name that is recurring more and more in Star Wars, and definitely in the past 5 years. This is a name that we are familiar with, Rick Famuyiwa. He's done 8 episodes of The Mandalorian, which is very impressive. I forgot to research this, but I'm pretty sure he was executive director over season 3. But he's been really stepping up in the Star Wars world, I think, and rightfully so. I think he's so committed to the stories of this galaxy, and it shows. It shows in his stories. It's awesome. He's good. Nimble Enigma, absolutely. Rick Famuyiwa's episodes were fire. Loved his episodes in all seasons. My favorites are probably episode 2 in season 1 with the Jawas, and the best score in season 1 and season 2 Bill Burr episodes, and season 3 last episodes. Yeah, the Bill Burr episodes were they're favorites. They're fan favorites, those episodes. So I think again, it's just a name that I think is very familiar to Star Wars fans that is gonna hopefully have a fantastic impact on the show. And, thinking of all these creators, from what I've understood of them, obviously we haven't seen the show yet. obviously I haven't seen the show yet, but just understanding these creatives, they all rightfully have something very important, I think, that could be applied to Ahsoka and her journey, and this show and her character. I think they all have the ability to understand that Ahsoka is quite a complex story. It is quite a layered story. She's quite a layered character. And to bring that out of her and into a show, and for us to like see that, visualize that, feel that in this show, I think we need creatives like this, like Rick, like Steph, like Gita. I think we need those directors to really understand, to pull it out so we can see it in the show. But that's my overview of these directors. Again, I'm excited. The lineup's just so good. The lineup's just so good. We don't know who's directing what. There's kind of rumors around the place of who's doing what. It'll be interesting to see if Dave does, the premiere episodes, if he does the final episode. I'm very fascinated to see which one he put his hand up for. I'm sure, he chose himself. Put his hand up for to direct. What do you guys think? Chat, what do you think? Executive director. Thank you, Ben 10. Confirming for me. Of season 3. That's right. So, see, Rick stepping up. He's a legend. He's a legend. And even written some episodes and directed them at the same time. Absolutely. Absolutely. I sense a trend. What's the pull it out? Pulling her muscle. Did I pull my muscle yesterday? What did I say that about? OJD in the chat. In the chat. Rick has both written and directed season 2, episode 7, chapter 15, The Believer. Yeah, that was a very popular episode of season 2. Very popular episode. Funny enough, the episodes with Bill Burr, I credit that they were very, very popular, but they weren't my favorite. They definitely weren't my favorite. What do we think? I'm not sure why, but it feels like Rick is going to probably do the Thrawn episode. It feels like his tone. I can see that. I know what you're saying there. But when we say Thrawn episode, do you think Thrawn's going to be in the last episode? Is he going to be the big crescendo of the show? Or do you think we're going to see him halfway through and we're going to see him a lot? Is it just going to be one episode? We don't know. We don't know. Tempura, oh my gosh. Oh, I love that. I love that, Sin City. You're crazy. You're crazy. But regardless, I think these directors, we got an interesting slate of people here. I think it's fantastic. Good balance. Good balance. Yeah, it's pure coin toss whether he would appear. Yeah, see? And I did a poll the other day on my YouTube. Let's bring it up actually, because it was a fascinating outcome. Did the poll of, in what episode do we think we'll first get to see Ezra? And it's very, very mixed. So often polls about Star Wars, it's kind of one has a large lead and the others are kind of a little bit. But this one is so split. It is so split. Let me bring this up for you. Maybe we should do another poll in the chat of the live show as well. Share screen. Here we go. So we did this poll. In what episode of Ahsoka do you think we'll first get to see Ezra? So only 16% is saying the premiere. That's still a fair amount. So this is with 336 votes. 16% is saying the premiere. 24% saying episodes 3 to 4. 27% saying 5 to 6, and most of the people, which is only a third of the people that voted, so about 100 people saying I would say the finale episodes, episodes 7 and 8. Very fascinating, but look how even that is. It is so even. It is so even. Absolutely. Branson, what do you think? I think we've got a shot of Thrawn at the end of the second episode. Okay, but he won't get his first line of dialogue till episode 4. You know what? I can see that happening. Doing a little bit of how they introduced Boba. Teased the whole who's helping Fennec. And then it was at season 2, episode 1, we get the reveal of Boba at the end of the episode. I don't know if you guys can barely see that on the screen anyway. And then it wasn't until episodes after where we have him flying in his ship and like appearing and like doing stuff, and we talk to him and he does things, right? Absolutely. Is there an option for hoping Ezra doesn't appear at all? Well, that's just because you don't like him, dude. But, I don't think so. Unless there was like a maybe super confirmed season 2. I don't think so. Because... No, I think, if he's on a hologram, I feel like he's going to be involved more than that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I say second or third episode to Ezra? Or to Thrawn? Was that to Thrawn or Ezra? Hey, DB. How you doing? Yeah, Master Yav in the chat. Also, Uncle Yav. Yava Tripper is a part of the Master's gang, which is super exciting. Super, super excited to have that. In terms of when he may appear, we have to think about it in this way. When would Dave introduce him into the general public? Maybe talk about him through Rebels at the beginning to mention him. Yeah, that's a good point. I think... Yeah, that's a great point to consider, actually. I think they do have a idea of trying to introduce characters and tease the characters, kind of explain them a little bit before they do come in. And that could be one way that they do it, that kind of talk about him, being like... I mean, we already, years ago, had the mention of where is Grand Admiral Thrawn. That was 2020? Woo, geez, for 3 years, that line has just been out in the universe, and we've had to wonder about that. But what an incredible moment, because it was such a half that moment in season 2 of Mando. Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn? 50% of the audience was like, "Oh my god, she mentioned the guy," and then the other half of the audience said, "Wait, who's that?" And it was hilarious. Well, maybe not half. That's a big split, but we've had that question for a long time. And I think him showing up in the trailer, very bold, but I like it. I like it. Hey, Brady. We're only having a short one today. We will be wrapping up very shortly, but I'm glad that you caught it. This is the Ray. Thank you, OJ. Appreciate you. Enjoy your night. Hope there's an episode. Here we go. I haven't even read the comment, and I'm already saying, here you go. Hope there's an episode with Kanan, Ezra, and Kiadi Mundi. Oh, how do you do this to me? In a starship being blown up. Oh, wait, you know what? That turned good. Being blown up by the target practice. I like it. Actually, no, but I don't like... what? There's so many flaws. Very funny, Sin City. Very funny. I love it. I love it. Ben, you got the thoughts for me tonight. I love it. Maybe it's this. We saw Mothma. Maybe they'll have her talk about him. Just because the general audience obviously would understand if she's talking about him. He's a huge threat. You know what? That's a good point. So I can see. Here we go. Here's what will happen. They'll be like around the table, like they do in Rebels, and also in the original trilogy, where they're like around, like it's the Rebels. They're like around a table, and they're like, "What are we gonna do? Yeah, do you think anything? What do we think we're gonna do?" And then they're all talking about a plan, and then Mothma will like give a synopsis to everyone of like who Thrawn is and like why we have to take him down. I can see that happening. I'm with you there, Ben. I'm building on that. She's like this, and like she like clicks the thing, and like a hologram of Thrawn will like pop up, and it's like, this is Admiral Thrawn. Like, this is why we gotta take him down, because he's gonna ruin the world. And then that'll be his entry. I can say that. I reckon. I like it. Kiadi Egghead? That's hard to say. Wow, I love it. Anakin. Then we've got, the Anakin, like, rumors flying left, right, and center. When would he show up? Man, I've got more polls to put up. Hey, these are great questions. I think he would be like a finale. He would be like the Qui-Gon in the Kenobi series would be like the Anakin in the Ahsoka series. That's what I reckon. There's another 5 memberships for a total of 10 today. Atone for my shit talking. I love it, Sin City. I never see them. Why don't I ever see them? It never notifies me. I'm so sorry that I don't mean to like ignore it. It never tells me. Let me open up it on the YouTube. You are gifting out the subs today. Sin, you legend. You cheeky boy. Welcome you folks. Absolutely. Welcome to the race side. Welcome to the race squad, even. Joel in the chat. Legends only. I say Thrawn appears episode 4. I think that's the most probable. I'm with Joel on this. I don't think they'll obviously do it like first premiere episodes. I don't think they'll do it like the last thing. I don't think it'll be like at the end, oh, that's Thrawn. I think it'll be smack in the middle. And if the whole we had this kind of rumor that it's going to be like a split thing where it's like 4 episodes a little earlier and 4 episodes a little later. If it's going to be a split thing like that, I think it's going to be like, that's the transition of like, we kind of get the story of Ahsoka sorting herself out. And then it's going to be the actual doing of finding Ezra and Thrawn, finding where they've been and unpacking that. And I think a Thrawn reveal halfway through would make most sense. I think so. I like that. I like it a lot. Don't start without me. Oh, Star Wars Academy. Too quick. I'm too quick. Yeah, you are still a senior master. You are. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Branson. It's so weird. I don't know. Why do they hate us? First, we get this Lego summer vacation delayed because it wasn't summer here when it came out. Now we don't get DVDs. Damn it. What the hell's going on? We're chopping up stormtroopers. That's what I'm really waiting for. War criminal for life. Absolutely. Thank you, Lightning. It's gone quick. It's gone slow but quick. I'm with you there. Sin saying Ep 5, so they can establish background plus some adventure and team building first. Yeah, I would say 4 or 5. My guess is on 4 to 5. I reckon end of 4. End of 4 will be, who said this before? Of like, we'll get like a shot of him, and then episode 5 will be like actual dialogue with him and seeing what he's doing. I think so. Dave definitely needs to be directing the one episode to be the one directing the episode with Anakin. Yeah, it's a high probability. That's just a good point. If he's going to be in it, should be Dave. Just think, 3 weeks from today, we're going to be sitting here getting hyped, right? So Wednesdays are going to be, well, it's Wednesday for me. Tuesday for you guys is going to be the new day that I'm going to be going live because, like Ben's saying, 3 weeks time, we're all going to be sitting here getting ready. It's going to be phenomenal. CG. Absolutely, that's fair enough, CG. I totally get that, actually. Kenobi left me gutted. I was gutted in a good way. I haven't seen either Branson still. I still haven't seen either. 4 episodes happen before Mando. Thrawn, I guess he could show up in 4. Ahsoka was in season 2. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's quite a long while before Ahsoka showed up. Far behind my right. Revealed him of walking to the bridge and giving some order to fly or attack whatever. Then the screen goes black. Yeah, see? Yeah, Sin gets me. You get me. Who said that before? Someone said that before. It's like, it'll be at the end of an episode and then the next episode. Oh! That is so exciting, Sin. I love it. Can I be your wingman? Wingwoman? Wing lady? Wing lady, that sounds fun. I'll be your wing lady. Oh, I love it. Exactly, Nimble. Didn't think it. Oh, rip that. Oppenheimer will be incredibly after the Ahsoka show. We're bombing every Imperial ships. Imagine. Thrawn briefly at the end. Appear briefly at the end of episode 2. I think that would hook people, and I think, like we've got the 2 episode premiere, so that often means the story in those 2 episodes are like kind of a hand in hand. Like it's almost like that should be 1 episode. That'd be cool. And then, well, I forget who's saying this, but someone said this before. It's like, what if it was like episode 2, but then he doesn't show up to like episode 4 or 5? That'd be cool. I like that. Oh, I love it. Vets. You gotta love those vets. You guys are legends. How about Harlowheimer? Uncle Harlow will help you. Let's call Uncle Harlow. Oh, iconic. It's never gonna not be funny. Uncle Harlow's the power behind Thrawn, calling it first. Yep. I think so. Let's go on the whiteboard, Sin. Let's go on the whiteboard. Uncle Harlow. What if Uncle Harlow is Thrawn? is Thrawn. If anything comes true on this whiteboard, I don't know what happens, but I need to get an award. I'm just gonna put Uncle Harlow is Thrawn. Also above it, you can't really see it, but I say hashtag Vizago lives. He's got to show up, right? He's got to show up, right? Hey Keith, how you doing? Thank you so much. I'll mark my calendar for Tuesdays. Yes, mark it down. New time and new day. Not the same time, but new day. Great to see you here. I'd love to see Akbar with the rebels meeting. Talking about Thrawn. Yeah, that'd be great. Let's get that blue boy down. That's my Akbar impression. I don't think I've ever done an Akbar impression, to be honest. What's like? We need the whole fleet to take him down. Gotta get that blue bastard. That's Akbar for you. Oh, I love it. Uncle Harlow was the guy. He was we never saw him. We never met him. In Andor, where the cereal guy and his like mother, and it was like the cereal guy's uncle. And then the mother was always like to the cereal guy, like, I'll call Uncle Harlow to get you a job. And like Uncle Harlow was mentioned like 10 times in Andor, but we never met the guy. So he's just this aloof, ethereal being to me. I'm just fascinated by him. I know it's a trap, but I didn't want to say a classic one. I want to make my own line. You know what I mean? See, there you go. That'll... I'm writing that down, actually. Okay. That's my next prediction. In this show, Admiral Akbar will say, better get that blue bastard. Meaning Thrawn. Better get that blue bastard. Yeah, I can see him saying that, right? Better get that blue bastard. Need the whole fleet to take him down. Oh. Rebels Clone Wars. I think Rebels has higher highs, but also the lowest lows. Clone Wars is very consistent. Yeah, I think Clone Wars. I'll probably answer Clone Wars, to be honest. TBH. Oh, that Hollow. Yeah, right? Oh, that Hollow. Yeah, some Dusty Macklin. I can't believe it. It's been me. You're on it. Knife's edge, brother. Oh, you joined Tim Pye. Oh my gosh, what? Gold 43. Yeah, he's in the back there. He's probably back there lurking somewhere. For sure. For sure. Anyway, gang, only short one today. Recapping who are the creatives behind the show. I just realized Rick Famuyiwa's name has been streaming this whole bottom of the show. We don't speak of him anymore. Pray we get Hundo. Dude, guys, save these genius thoughts for our prediction streams. I can't wait. Call the Quarrens. Akbar, probably. Save these brilliant thoughts for our prediction stream coming up in very, very soon, in a few weeks' time. Zammy, we're about to wrap up, brother. Oh no, I can't believe you came all this way to see me. But great show today. Great recap. I hope you enjoyed the info. I pumped at you. I think these creatives, directors that are at the helm of creating the Ahsoka show, I think we can trust them. I am. Personally. I can't convince you, but look into them. They're very, very fascinating. Very interesting creative journeys. Very, very interesting. But anyway, thanks so much for joining me in this discussion. Make sure you drop a like on your way out. Don't you forget that. I never asked for that. I feel like I should be asking for it. So drop one on your way out. We'll be going live. Again, the schedule's a little bit up in the air, but it will be confirmed very, very soon. Thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. It's good to be back. I miss you guys so much. I thought about you my whole vacation. So I'm so glad to be back. We're going to have so much fun. Again, I am a staunch supporter of the SAG-AFTRA strike. If you do want to learn more about it, support it in any ways, there's the ways you can donate. Make sure you visit SAG-AFTRA. If you just want to know more about it and why it's happening, make sure you visit That website right there. Let me follow it. Let me follow it. There we go. Nailed it. Nailed it. Make sure you check that out if you want to know more. But I'll catch you guys very soon. We'll be having lots more live streams, so don't fret if you missed it. I just saw Robert drop in. No, wait. You were here earlier. Lord, that's right. The first Galactic Empire. Yes, we'll be doing watch parties. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to announce what we're gonna be doing for the shows. Fighting that we can still do them. Fighting that we can still do them. 25 to 28. In a split second or two on the way out. What are you saying, dude? What are you saying, dude? Alright, gang. Appreciate ya. Make sure you always choose the Rae side. And I'll see you in the next one. This is the Rae. Right.